Ryan Edinger, head grain buyer, AGT Foods. What producers should be looking for when selecting variety for pulses is the number one rule that I would say is to first contact your processor or processors that you deal with and speak with a representative with them to see what the markets are calling for, whether it be green pea, yellow pea, chickpea, or lentil. As on a yearly basis, some varieties are a little more called for than others. It's always good to speak with them to see what they're looking for so you have a marketable product that you can get the most out of. Starting with yellow peas, some of the key characteristics that I would look for is you're going to look for a variety that kind of has it all. As far as yield potential, you want a strong seed coat which will help maintain quality, less splits, and overall good sound pea to where you're not having any germination problems if you do plan using that seed for next year. Also, as some of the fractionation markets are becoming a little better, you'd want to look for higher protein pea. There are certain varieties out there to look at that are going to have a little higher protein versus others. So if you are looking at hitting whether an export or a fractionation market, it opens up your options if you have a higher protein pea. For green peas, I would look for good standability, also a good color pea that's going to hold its color a little bit better. There's different ones that hold color better than others, so I would look for something that has good standability, yield potential, and also look for something that if you do get some rain at harvest, to maintain a higher quality pea is going to give you more return per acre at the end of the day. For chickpeas, there's a couple different options on chickpeas. If you're going into the export market, some are calling for a larger size chickpeas. If you're looking into a fractionation market for chickpeas, you'd want to look for something that doesn't, size really wouldn't be a huge concern, but to find a chickpea that has size and yield potential is still probably your best bet, as you can hit both the fractionation and the export markets, and sometimes you'll maintain and get a premium for the higher size chickpeas, like the 9 and 10 millimeters. When choosing a lentil variety, some key characteristics to look for are finding a lentil that is consistent in size, whether it be a small, medium, or large lentil. Having something that is consistent in size will limit the amount of dockage, and consistency is a key factor. You also want to get a lentil that has good standability, has good color, and standability is really a key factor in lentils. With lentils not being very tall, harvest ease is always much better when you have something that has good standability. Some concerns that the end users are having with pulses now are the use of glyphosate as a pre-harvest aid. So there is, as testing gets more and more crucial and better as far as glyphosate testing and really all pre-harvest aids and different chemicals, testing has gotten better down to parts per million, parts per billion. Food ingredient companies are requesting this testing, and I think it'll become more of an issue going forward. So making sure that you're using the correct pre-harvest aid and the timing of it as far as application versus harvest. Follow the label and make sure that we are doing everything you can in order to maintain a sound product at the end of the day. A few other things that you'd look for is the need for protein continues to be a key point among the export market and fractionation food ingredient companies. So maybe transitioning over into a higher protein pea at the end of the day will be beneficial, because the need for protein is only growing.